Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we've got a brand new C8 Z06. This car got shipped to us from McMulkin. Our client is in Indiana. He hasn't even seen the car brand new yet. He's only saw a couple pictures from the dealership. Shipped it up to us. Wanted to do a couple things aesthetically on the car. Also get Justin to PPF it. So we lowered the car. We also did our two-piece Brixton Forged ASO1 wheels, which you guys saw on our wide bodies, in a triple DDT finish, which I think looks really good with the carbon accents on the car, the center stripe. Again, I think it's a really cool package. But today we're talking about something special. It's going to be the first C8 Z06 RYFT exhaust on a Z06. And the car already sounds pretty nasty from stock, which that's strange for me to say because I hate all stock cars. I don't care what the car is. I don't like a stock exhaust. But this car sounds pretty good. But I know with RYFT and the success we've had with them on exotics, that the car is going to sound amazing. So we're going to start the car up today, let you hear it stock, which you probably already heard, but we want you to hear this particular one. And then we're going to take you through the whole process from unboxing to laying out the exhaust side by side, showing it, get on the car, and then obviously the final end result, which is the exciting part, the sound clips with RYFT on there. We're going to have some awesome tips on the back. It's going to be an all-around killer package. So we're excited to get this going. I'm going to jump in there and get it started so you guys can hear it right now. So we just showed you guys the valves closed mode and the Z mode opened. Obviously Z mode sounds a lot better, but I'm really confident that the titanium exhaust is really going to turn the volume up and also give us that tone that really sounds like an exotic car. So let's get the thing taken apart. So I just got started taking the rear trunk apart, and as you guys can see, UPS showed up, perfect timing, and they arrived with our first RYFT exhaust for the Z06. So what I thought I'd do is I'd stop real quick, unbox it, show you guys what this new Z06 system is going to look like. We're excited. We haven't seen it yet other than a prototype version. And I believe we have the first two systems in the US from their production facilities. So I'm excited to get this box opened up and see what this is going to look like. And I'm really eager to see what the tips are going to look like. So we got the last tip here to open. Already blown away by the system as usual, but yeah, exactly. That's going to be awesome. So there it is, the first RYFT Z06 production exhaust. Looks very much like a lot of Ferrari, McLaren, Lamborghini systems. Just amazing workmanship as usual on this stuff. Like if you guys haven't seen a RYFT system in person, like the TIG welds, everything is symmetrical, uniform, very smooth. There's no imperfections on the inside of the pipe to create turbulence. I'm just always excited to use these systems because I know fitment and performance, and then most importantly, the sound is going to be amazing from the car. So I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to continue disassembling the car, and we're going to drop that factory exhaust, and I want to weigh it because I'm pretty confident this weighs about 6 pounds, and the one we're taking off is going to weigh about 60 pounds. So just again, from the weight saving aspect, I think there's going to be a huge performance gain. So again, thanks. Shout out to the guys at RYFT. Lance, as always, taking care of us. Let's get the system on the car and start bringing it up to redline and hear what the car should really sound like. All right, so you guys can see that I've got the Z06 tore down to the point of removing the exhaust. What I wanted to do is show you real quick what it is entailed when we do an exhaust install. So you guys have seen on our channel, we've done a bunch of exhausts on the C8s. This is pretty much the same layout. There is a slight little, I feel like this is a little closer on the driver's side, making it a little easier to access. But other than that, pretty straightforward from the top. Take out your access panel. Take your top 5 bolts off of your Cat to link pipes, and you're good to go there. Then we raise the car and start disassembly underneath. That seems to take forever when we're filming. But so underneath, if you come in closer, you'll see this is very similar to the C8 Stingray exhaust. The only difference is with the center mount tips and the outlets coming this way, it eliminates that big can that we traditionally see here. It puts 2 separate cans, but I can feel already just from working on it that it is quite a bit lighter than the Stingray system. So I don't think it will weigh as much as that exhaust. But other than that, obviously you can see we removed the rear bumper, the lower assembly, our hangers, and then I use a couple a really long extension. I use like a 3-foot long with a swivel at the end to reach the left side one on the driver's side. Then this one is a little harder to access. We peel back the fender liner, get our hand tucked up in there by the trans, and you're able to get a little quarter drive in there. So I've got it to the point where I'm ready to take it off the car. So I want to take it off the car right now, and you guys can see what that looks like. I've already taken off our connections to our valves. Our RYFT exhaust won't have valves, and we will actually run our Paragon loop connections there that won't set off any error codes. All right, let's see if it crushes me or I can get it actually out of here. There it goes. So it's definitely not as heavy as the Stingray, but I'd still say it's probably 35 pounds. So I'm still expecting a decent weight savings, but that's it. You guys can kind of see where they now GM orientates, their valves. So now they're in the center. They used to be out on the ends, and they used to have 4 of them. So like I said before, we're just going to run our Paragon connections there and eliminate the ECUs codes. But other than that, it should be pretty straightforward putting the RYFT system in, and then we get to start her up. So we've got our scale set up, and how we're going to do it so we can fit this on there is we've already zeroed out the scale. So it shows, if you look at the scale, it shows 7.5 pounds negative. So it accounts for the weight of the box, and we'll start at 0. So we'll put the RYFT center section on first. $8.9 pounds. Let's put our factory system on here. I have to support it. Looks like 57 pounds. So definitely even heavier than I predicted when I took it down. So I wasn't expecting it to quite be that heavy. Now, we do have the couple RYFT link pipes that the factory exhaust has on it. So we were at roughly 8 pounds with the RYFT. Let's put our connection pipes back on. So those are going to add another 6.5. So we're going to be right around, I don't know, 15.5, 16 pounds for our system minus tips, compared to the factory 57-pound weight. So obviously a big weight advantage. And I'm pretty surprised considering the Z06 is the track variant, but that's nothing but good news for us. So I'm going to get the exhaust on the car and keep moving forward. All right, so what I really like about these RYFT, this system, is that it comes kind of modular. So these small little flex pipes, they actually are able to be installed prior to putting the center section. Also helps us with alignment. So got these hand started. I'm going to torque them down now before doing final torque on them after we get our center section installed. Ooh. Get up there. So I referenced this a little earlier. So our friends at Paragon, Corey always takes care of us. These are our simulators that will go in here and plug where our valves used to go. And what we usually do with these is we'll plug them in, and then I'll actually find a location that I feel is safer to mount them rather than just let them dangle back here. We've seen some cars come in with some questionable wiring, and we don't want to replicate those. So what I'll do is I'll probably pop these straps and we'll bundle it up back here near this main harness, keep it out of the way of the heat. It's already heat shielded from the factory, and just keep it from rattling free. But this will eliminate our computer from having any codes. All right, I'm going to try to one-man chain gang this thing up in there, and we'll see what happens. Perfect alignment. I like that. Yeah, super nice. So we've got our clamps in place, we've got our hangers in place. We'll get those buttoned up before we torque anything up at the flex pipe, but right now everything's lining up perfect. All right, so we've got the main section of the exhaust, everything all torqued down, ready to go. Justin's gonna give me a hand and we're gonna fit the rear bumper. Since we haven't done this before, we're not sure if the tips are going to be able to be accessed once we get it on. There is a secondary little rear diffuser that we might have to drop to have better access, but we're gonna find out when we throw the bumper on right now. So we're gonna get that on and get these tips going. Okay. So there it is. There's the first look at what the tips are going to look like, and I got to say, that's pretty damn impressive. I mean, as far as making it known that you're running a aftermarket exhaust, I think that's about the coolest setup that you could get. I really like it. Justin and I are going to adjust each tip and get the depth right. We want to see a little bit of the RYFT logo, but we also want to make sure they're not protruding out too far. So we're going to spend about 15 minutes, get these all dialed in properly, and then I'll reassemble the entire car and we'll get it down on the ground and get it started. right, so we got the car back on the ground. First look at the tips. We might adjust them a little bit after we get some distance. Take a look at, see what it looks like from a little further back, but I'm excited. Got the keys. Did we tell you the car's brand new? It's got, I think, 12 miles on it. So break-in period. We don't follow break-in period necessarily when it comes to putting mods on, making it sound better, but let's start it up. Well, for a car that's not broke in and we're not able to really get on it, I think that sounded spectacular. I can't wait till this car gets 500 miles on it and the client gets to really open it up. But so far, it sounds like RYFT has nailed it again. We weren't really doubting it, but it just sounds amazing. So I'm pumped, ready to get the car out on the road here in a little bit and get it to the client.